Hey guys, welcome back as always. My name is Leyzar, and today we're going to be talking about what is going on in Warframe right now. We are on November the 5th. We got 2 days until Plague Star, and perhaps you don't know why Plague Star is a big deal. Why do we care about the Plague Star event? Why has the community consistently asked for it to come back? And the primary reason for a lot of veterans or people that already visited this event before and know exactly what it's all about is this Forma. We need a lot of Forma in Warframe. Essentially, you need it for your Warframes, for your weapons, for your companions, especially now that companions are a lot more useful than they were before. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, link in the cards right now for a detailed guide on some of the companions that you should know about today. Forma. We gotta build a whole lot of Forma, and from the event, what we can get is already built Forma. So essentially, we can farm to our heart's content and get that Forma. And I know what you're gonna say, dude, isn't that a little bit of, I don't know, anticlimactic, just Forma? It's not just Forma, it's also Saww parts. Modular melee weapons. You got your Plague Krapach, that used to be meta, and now there's a whole lot of other things like the Kiwar and all whatnot. Personally, I never got into Sawws because they're melee. However, there's a good portion of the community that absolutely love these things. And you can also get the Ghoul Saww. You guys know the Ghoul Saww? It's not about effectiveness. It's not about anything outside of pure raw gameplay and enjoyment. I don't get to do this in other games. This is why I love Warframe. It allows me to do so many other things that in other games I simply cannot do. Like bullet jump, for example, not counting cheap Chinese clones, of course. This is why I love the Ghoul Saww, and you can get it from the Plague Star event as well. Now, Plague Star may be all well and good. Keep in mind, you got 2 days to prepare, and you might be like, okay, what do I need to actually prepare? Well, if I was you, I would simply get ready when it comes to builds. You want a area of effect Warframe that can easily take care of trash. You're gonna have to kill a whole bunch of the infested. It's not that big of a deal. For example, you can use an Atlas One Punch build. You can use a Saturn. You can use whatever area of effect Warframe you desire. The actual challenge of the fight, if memory serves, I think it was 2 years ago last time I played it, wasn't really all that big of a deal. So you can even get your Revenant and spin around. It's gonna absolutely murder whatever is next to you, no problem whatsoever. Now, what will matter is what kind of primary and secondary weapon you're gonna be picking, especially primary, because you wanna delete the heads of the Hemocide. And the Hemocide is essentially Lefantis. You ever fought Lefantis? Basically, that's kind of it. What you want is not big bada-boom weapon. So you don't want something like the Brahma, for example. Yes, Brahma, fantastic weapon. You want a full and detailed build guide? I know you do. Look at the cards right now. Now, this is good when it comes to dealing with a whole lot of enemies at once, especially on the weaker side. But what I would do is keep your Warframe's abilities to clear area of effect, again, something like a Revenant or a Saturn, and use your primary weapon, something that can fire a lot of damage instants quickly, and it doesn't need to do a whole lot of damage with a single instance. Now, something like the Boar Prime, better said the Incarnon Boar, is gonna be absolutely freaking phenomenal for this fight. Or you can use the Incarnon Turret as well, definitely go for that one. If not, let's say, hey dude, I don't have Incarnon this and Incarnon that. How about something for more regular players? Flux Rifle. Or better said, Tenon Flux Rifle. When it comes to single target damage, this one is absolutely phenomenal. Go for the Tenon Flux Rifle. You like bullet hoses? Not a problem. Prisma Grakata, Gorgon or Incarnon Gorgon, any type of bullet hose that again can fire off a lot of damage instants quickly and effectively. And of course, if you want to do the harder difficulties, you gotta build yourself your Eidolon Phylaxis, like so, and your Infested Catalyst, like so. And if you don't have the blueprint, you're gonna be able to buy some when the event starts. And that's basically what you need to get good and consistent farming out of the event. Focus on the Forma and focus on the Saww parts, and might as well get that Ghoul Saww as well, because hey, even though I may not be a melee guy, this is bloody cool. Another thing that you should be aware of, Nightwave is ending, but it's still gonna be a while. On November the 22nd, Nora's Mix Volume 4 is going away. And after that, we're gonna be getting Nora's Mix Volume 5. Now keep in mind, when it comes to Nightwave, when one season ends, the next one doesn't automatically start. It's usually a week or a couple of days or something like that. So make sure you spend your credits on something which is worthwhile. Whatever you want, catalysts, reactors, Nethane extract, Kuva, or whatever cosmetics, whatever weapons you want. Keep in mind that you should get this blasted thing, the Ceramic Dagger Blueprint. Right now, this is one of the best stat stick weapons in the game. It's not the best for everybody. For example, if you're going to be making an Atlas One Punch build, go for the Hammer instead of the Magistar, especially the Infection Magistar. That's gonna work better with a one-punch build for Atlas, but normally this is gonna be your best stat stick weapon. I'm talking, of course, about the Incarnon version of the Ceramic Dagger. So make sure you have that one as well. And outside of that, it really comes down to Wolf Beacon for the Wolf Sledge and so on and so forth. Let's also talk about the Incarnon rotation, because right now we're looking at rotation number 1. It's gonna be followed up by rotation number 2, though keep in mind this is the new rotation number 2. You remember we had an entire rotation that can be bought with platinum. This is the one that you can buy from Cavalero. So right after this one, what you're getting is the Boar, the Gamma Core, the Anku, the Gorgon, and the Angstrum. And essentially, this rotation wasn't really all that well received by the community, simply because we already had some Incarnon standards. However, even though initially these weapons came out a bit weak and a bit bug, especially when it comes to the Gamma Core, Digital Extremes actually listened to the feedback and buffed these weapons. So we got buffs for the Boar, the Gamma Core essentially buffs across the board, the Angstrum as well. This is a pretty good rotation now. If you're looking for power, go for Boar above everything else. Basically, it's a bit under the Torrid, but it's still right up there in terms of performance. Definitely go for the Incarnon Boar, and you're gonna be loving the Angstrum as well. As per usual, I got full and detailed build guides on all of these weapons. All you gotta do is check the description down below. And I do believe, my friends, that is pretty much it. As always, my name is Lazer. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and enable that notification bell. Bye bye.